Thank you. Good morning. It's a great pleasure to have you join Georgia Core's Compassion and Connection Meditation Series. We're on session 6 now, and today we'll be focusing on peace. It's a great pleasure to have you join, to have you share this experience with your friends who can access archived videos on the Georgia Core Facebook Live page, and also to receive your comments and input. Thank you very much. I hope those of you who have done this several times or who have been weekly participants are feeling the benefit of meditation practice as you are experiencing it. I have a new little angel to greet you today, and I'll show her to you momentarily. Just a moment. A message I need to check and be sure. Okay, we're all set. This is your welcome angel, and I'm showing you some new artwork today behind me. I hope you find this peaceful. I want you to know how much I appreciate the opportunity to be with you, and those of you who have joined before know the process we'll be using today. So last week we focused on forgiveness. This is not the most pleasant topic we encounter in our meditation and our personal growth, but an essential one. So you'll recall that we observed how letting go of perceived wrongs or slights or disappointments enables us to heal and grow. It's essential. And you'll remember we continually hearken back to self-love and self-care as critical for personal growth. We need to forgive ourselves just as we need to forgive others. And I hope you found that practice beneficial. So do use your mirror, look in the mirror, and love and forgive yourself. And you'll find that you're even more able to love and forgive others. And you'll be cleansed as well. Today, our affirmation is, when I make peace with myself, I make peace with the world. When I make peace with myself, I make peace with the world. So let's reflect on this for a moment and realize that not only is this affirmation the positive, the most positive, but the converse is a great risk. If we're not at peace with ourselves, neither can the world be at peace. This gives us great power because in the work that we do internally, we see that this can be reflected and will be reflected externally. Our loved ones, our families, our co-workers, our communities. So the ripple effect can indeed and does indeed benefit for the world. So just acknowledge for a moment the power that you have to change things for good, inside and out. And that's something we'll hold in our consciousness as we move toward today's meditation on peace. I consider myself to be very privileged to have grown up in a time and an era of two great peacemakers, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the President and Governor Jimmy Carter. Both had an extraordinary influence on my formation, my faith and values through Dr. King, and my career of service to humanity through President Carter. So as you are thinking about peace in the world and peace within yourself, I encourage you to acknowledge and honor those exemplars who have guided your life. I know that it can be easy to look at the times that were conflict or violence or unpeaceful. Let's direct our attention toward the greatness of peace and those exemplars of peace in our life. I tried to do this when our children were young, and one of the interesting side effects was that our daughter wanted to have her birthday parties at the Martin Luther King Center. for nonviolent social change in Atlanta. And we did that, but I have to say that even though she went to a Quaker school, most of her friends didn't find that the most exciting birthday party. But it was a memorable experience for our family, and showed that she was learning about servant leadership and peace, even as a child. My reflection on peace today has to do with nature. Sometimes knowing what peace is and experiencing what peace is and describing what peace is are very different dimensions. So I encourage you to find something peaceful, a symbol in your life, and hold that in your mind as you meditate. Perhaps that's not possible today, but in your future independent meditation, I encourage you to do that. It can be very helpful. I envision a beautiful, deep blanket of drifting snow in Colorado with a brilliant blue sky and fir trees popping up, and maybe seeing a deer in the distance as my great image of peace that is transcendent and comforting, and really an image of wholeness and oneness of nature and earth. So dream of something naturally beautiful to you to support you in your peaceful meditation. And let's go back to our affirmation for today. When I am at peace with myself, I am at peace with the world. You're a great peacemaker. Know that about yourself as you look in the mirror and as you meditate. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ring our little angel bell, and now we'll be ready to begin our meditation. We'll be quiet for 10 minutes. You remember that you'll breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. You'll guide your awareness internally to the present moment, and also focus on your heart, a heart of peace and a heart of healing. And breathe in and breathe out, just slowly and comfortably. And as you do that, know that you are joined by a mighty community of others who share this value of peace and peaceful meditation, and that together we can have a great impact. And so we shall. You're breathing now. Let us come back together for our closing. I want to congratulate you, honor you're taking this time for yourself, just a few precious moments to raise your consciousness and your awareness, and also to let you know that I send loving kindness to each of you every week before and after this meditation. Should you have any comments, you can certainly send those through Facebook or to in Paris at Georgia Core. I'm always happy to hear from you. And I'd like to offer, need to lay my hands on it, a little poem from our resource today that I did not mention earlier. This is called The Art of Peace. And I hope that you can find this book or references to it online. The peaceful sayings in this are derived from Japanese martial arts, which is a little bit of a mind twister, and it speaks as beautifully and profoundly of peace as of war and conflict. Let me read the peace prayer to you. To practice properly the art of peace, you must calm the spirit and return to the source. Cleanse the body and spirit by removing all malice, selfishness, and desire. Be ever grateful for the gifts received from the universe, your family, Mother Nature, and your fellow human beings. To this, I will say Amen. Thank you for joining. Remember that next week on Thursday morning at 9, we'll have our final meditation in this series, and we'll be thrilled to embrace joy in that meditation. I look forward to seeing you then. Have a wonderful week.